So welcome back, guys. Today's tutorial we go about looking at this very strange case. The case here is you can see that I am getting full network, but I am not getting data. If I get data, then I will be getting LTE signals here. Basically, I'm having a dual SIM phone. My first SIM is the Geo SIM, and my data has been set to the Geo SIM. So just to prove that I'm not making things set up, the mobile data has been turned on, and I will go and show you my connections and my SIM card manager so that you can see the trace. So the first SIM is Geo. It's been set to the correct network, which is a LTE, and my mobile data has been set to Geo. However, as you can see, I don't get any, like I'll just zoom this part. I don't get any 4G LTE here, right? So I actually will prove this point even by YouTube. So like when I go to YouTube, I click it on, you will see that this is the YouTube offline page, which means that I'm not connected to the page. Now, why does this happen and how can you solve this? Please do note, I can still make calls because I am still getting voice over LTE, but I am not able to access the net. So some of you have told me like you have this similar issue, like why does this happen? Let's understand. So my first SIM, which you see here, like in this connections and in SIM card manager, is basically a Geo SIM for which I'm getting the voice network, but I'm not getting the data network. That is, I'm not getting internet through it. So it's set to the correct network here as well. It's set to 4G LTE. Then why should this happen? And I do have a running plan as well. So, and my mobile data has been set to Geo. So this happens because my data roaming is not turned on for this SIM. And why does this really matter? Because the Geo SIM that I'm using on the first SIM, I'm using it in a different circle than the parent one. To make it non-complicated, I bought Geo when I was in a certain city, Bombay, and now I have since then transferred to a different circle, and that is why you see this R here. This R here stands for roaming network. So the roaming network shows that it's getting complete strength. However, it's showing that there is no internet here because the data during roaming has not been turned to on. Now when I turn roaming data on, you can see LTE comes, and LTE stands here for the internet part through like 4G. If I turn it again off, you will see that I'm having roaming signals, but the internet is not there. And again, turning it on, the internet comes back. And now if I go, and now if I like, uh, access anything, like it's not just YouTube, but YouTube is the safest way of knowing that like I'm online now. So you can see like now it shows like on online connection. So I'll just repeat this. What happens is like I was getting signals, but I was not getting like the internet data signals. And I realized that the signals that I'm getting are like roaming ones because I'm on a roaming circle for the first SIM. And therefore, I needed to turn on the roaming on, and so I went to my mobile networks, and for mobile networks, I turned the data roaming on. Maybe the mobile networks is at a different place for you. You can go ahead and check. In case this happens to be the issue wherein you are getting network signals, but you are not able to access the internet, maybe check like whether you are on roaming. If you are on roaming, then basically you will see the network signals being preceded with the R, which seems to indicate that you are on a roaming circle for that sim. And then turn the data roaming on, which means that for this sim, now you are turning the data on even when it's in a roaming. That's in a different place than its parent place where the sim was there. Once you do that, it means now you're allowing the sim to access internet even in the roaming circle, and therefore you get the LTE back, and therefore you can now have access to the internet. I hope I am making this point very clear. So in case this helps, please do share it with friends, family, colleague. I made an earlier tutorial for this, but that was actually having some issues because I said something wrong in it. Somebody pointed out and I said I will redo this. So hopefully this helps. If it does, please don't mind subscribing to our channel. And I hope you understood the concept behind why you are getting the mobile network but were not able to access the internet. Please do know that this is only data roaming that you turned on. The voice roaming still carries, and therefore you see that you can make calls but you cannot access the internet. So this is what actually happens behind the scenes. So hopefully that helps. Do subscribe and stay tuned for more. Thank you.